because it was on your end doesn't mean I wasn't trying to figure it out.
I'm recording. So, okay. Anyway, tip to anyone listening. You can be hearing yourself through your headphones and your co-host through the computer speakers for weird, undefined reasons. The problem is I was also sitting here
I
playing
know
the
exactly what
guitar.
you're talking
I
about.
was wearing this, and I was playing the guitar on a loud amplifier. So I was listening. Does that make any sense? I got an amplifier
You're
here.
wearing
So I
what?
heard I heard a guitar, right, coming from an amplifier going through this microphone. So then when you came on, my ears were just like not attuned to reality, and then the computer gave me unreality. So it was confusing.
I don't know. I haven't plugged a guitar into an amplifier in like 4 years.
I usually do just go straight to iPad, but I was restringing guitars, one of which was driving me insane. I bought a nice set of flat wounds for the Jaguar, and one of them was fucked. So now I have like five flat wounds and one regular ass string on the Jaguar.
Hmm.
It probably doesn't matter.
I don't know. Usually I'll buy all the strings at once and then never replace them for like 8 years.
Yeah, you just buy the same damn Ernie balls, right? And I used a spare,
I
but
don't know.
I bought like this expensive set of flat wound strings to put on the Jaguar because Jaguars are actually made for flat wound strings, like jazz
Are
strings.
are
You know how
that's
when
the ones that are
you know
like kind
how
of crinkly?
no, you know when you feel string and you can feel the wire going around, right?
Yeah.
So on flat wound you don't. They're deader.
Oh, that's lame.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
want
but on
that.
A Jaguar is very trebly, so it works, and also because of
Yeah.
the way the bridge is made, it works with these thicker, slightly thicker strings
I don't
for all
want
the guitar.
trebly.
Well, right, like if you got a Jaguar, I'd say go get one of those Player Ones from a few years ago with the humbucker at the front. That would be
It's
your
really
Jaguar.
important for me to be able to take a pick and run it across the string and have it go.
Oh, you do not want a flat wound then, because you cannot do that on a flat wound. So maybe you're not a Jaguar guy.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep drilling down on this, but yeah, I'm kind of disinterested in physical instruments lately.
Whereas I took the 2 minutes while waiting for you to join this meeting to play a guitar. So after finishing the summary.
I'm barely interested in composition, and I'm like way more interested in composition than I am in actually physically playing anything.
See, I
Uh,
told you about my space potting habit, right? It's too
Space
hot for that
potting?
now. Oh, have I
Is that
not
like
done?
AirPods?
No,
Is
that's
that
where it's
like
like
where you take the air conditioner and pump it into something?
no, that's where it's midnight and I want to play guitar. So I go to the car, put the seats down, and then go play in the back of the car so I don't wake anyone up in the house. I'm
That
on
makes sense.
headphones, right? But they can like still hear me, especially if I use a pick, they can still kind of hear it. So
I definitely should. I had a bunch of plans to record vocals here when there were no roommates here, and that just never happened really.
no roommates, no. Is that the song you're gonna
No, I don't usually just sing
do?
about what's happening. It's Monday morning. I ate some cereal. There are no roommates here.
That's the song you're writing, right?
I pressed record, and yeah, it's like
That's the
basically.
song on the Beach Boys' Friends album, "Busy Doing Nothing." That's pretty much what that song is. And then he gives you directions to his house. Good
Oh
song.
god.
Okay, I guess we
That
do this. Let me see. I got my notes. I got a summary.
I've got notes and trivia and oh wait.
I thought that
I
was the
gotta load my
I thought you
gotta
were
save my
pausing there to
endgame
start.
notes.
I'm only
That are
30
like
minutes into Endgame, which I watched at normal speed, so it might get
god damn.
a faster view tonight.
I told you about how I realized I hate everything I've watched at that speed, so I can't do it, right?
I thought about that since you said it, and I've watched a few things and realized that doesn't bother with me. The problem is I was trying to watch Blood Simple while getting pissed at the guitar that wouldn't restring properly, so I didn't watch Blood Simple properly. That's why I had the sound on my speakers because I was like, I'll put on the physical amplifier, I'll change strings, it'll take 20 minutes per guitar, and I'll watch Blood Simple and I was doing it. But then like all of them had like issues. So
I
one of
think I
them,
hate it because it makes me feel slow. Like if it's moving, if the movie's going fast, that makes me feel like I am slow.
oh,
And
that
it
makes
makes me
me feel like
mad.
I need to speed up my brain, which I like. So
It's like when I have like when I can't when my phone is like being having lag, where it makes me feel like I'm stuck in molasses somehow.
Oh, before you get rolling, yeah, I didn't have a fight, but my Mrs. got slightly annoyed at me because we went to Uniqlo, right? And they had
Uh-huh.
sale t-shirts, and she was like, I bought the Sesame Street shirt. She was like, that's fine. And then they had like an Ava shirt for like 500 yen, like $5, right? So and she
Yeah.
was like, no, that's too dorky. Don't buy that. But I do a podcast. I wear it for the podcast. She's like, it's too dorky. So I went back and got it anyway. But
Okay.
I don't know. It's just too. I feel like the Sesame Street shirt's dorkier in this one. What do you think?
Um,
If you're doing a
I don't.
podcast about Ava, though, it seems to make sense you might be wearing it.
Maybe it's dorkier in Japan than it is here. Feel like here it's just kind of weirdly horny.
But it's the mechs themselves. It's not like I got a big ray on there, you know?
I don't know, but I don't think anybody would care really.
It was like Ray going like, ooh, then I might, be a little more like, well, she didn't make that face, but it's then I might be a little bit more like it's too otaku,
That's
right? But
that is absolutely nothing like.
we just did the episode where she smiles, so
Let's see if I can get this picture from Instagram that I sent to Luke yesterday.
hmm.
File.
Anyway, she was like, you bought the dorky t-shirt. I was like, it was 500 yen. What the fuck?
Yeah, you need this T-shirt.
Oh, and okay, let's see what this is. It's thinking about it still. Sorry, I don't see. There we go. See, if she had argued against that one, I could get it, you know? Neon on my Genesis to Evangelion, episode
Yeah.
69, extremely loud, incorrect buzzer. Just reading it because, we got an audio. We're already recording, so
Yep.
someone might want to know what that said. I'm never thrifting again, gang, okay? Well,
You know what the font looks like. You're imagining it in your head, listeners.
yeah. Um, anyway, the one I got is tasteful enough. It has lots of text on it, but it's all like, technical crap. I think. Let's make sure it doesn't say anything horny on it. Comlink established. All green on checklist up to task force. No, it's not. Okay. It's a Japanese and blah, blah, blah. It's fine. Okay.
I don't know,
So
man.
I
Yeah,
I'm
like I
not gonna
said,
wear in public. That's when we're doing a podcast, you know?
it might be dorkier in Japan, but yeah,
It might be dorky in
I
Japan.
don't
Anyway.
I don't have a cultural reference frame of reference.
I have 3 Sesame Street t-shirts now. Isn't that dorkier than a Eva t-shirt?
Look, I got a free PSP.
Ooh. I just gave away my old DS.
I got a bunch of
One of my
why?
old DS. Because I gave it to Luke like 5 years ago, and then he gave it to the guy that was working from Australia. And he had to go back to Australia because he's not that old and he doesn't actually have a degree and was only on a work visa. And when we went back,
Hmm.
he was like, he's been playing it. So I'm like, "Fuck, just take it. Who the fuck cares, you know?
Yeah,
I,
I've
I think he offered money and I didn't care that much, and then I forgot. So, but he didn't have to offer the money. I was like, what the fuck, take it. I don't care. Luke
I've
still has the
definitely let
games,
yeah.
or most of
Wow.
them. So I still have a DS here as well. I have like not the LL. I have like an original DS if I really want to play a DS. I do have one around, and I haven't wanted to play a DS for quite a long time, so I think it's fine.
I mean, I haven't really played mine in years either, even though it's like I theoretically really enjoyed it, but I feel like I maybe just
Oh,
don't want to play something small anymore, really.
I also learned apparently my niece is obsessed with Undertale,
Oh, good.
so I guess I do
Um,
have to do Undertale.
well, you should make a Steam account.
Hmm. Maybe that's.
Unfortunately, the window for me getting it for cheap is passed, but you should make a
Oh
Steam
well.
account and
Okay.
I'll just pay the regular amount for it.
Okay, I'll check. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I just, like floating through my own business, never thought about Undertale, so I'm thinking about it. Sorry,
Yeah,
this other Ray fell over, so I'm putting her back on her stand. It's a
it's really
dusty stand.
it has like the kind of the edgy writing of like a South Park, but with a very dark and emotional core. It sort of is it's sort of like ingesting like South Park and a James Gunn movie and a creepy pasta at the same time.
Did you see Superman?
Not yet. I might go see it tonight, but I'm not really sure.
I saw it. I liked it. It's like the well, you hate Man of Steel, right?
Yeah,
It's like the polar opposite of Man of Steel, like in every way.
good.
Like
Wow,
there are
that's
three
fantastic.
ways. There are three ways where maybe Man of Steel was like a little bit cooler. Can I can spoil everyone.
Nah,
No, you
don't
don't want my
spoil
favorite
it.
spoiler.
I'm gonna see it.
Oh yeah,
It's
you're
just
gonna see it.
I don't know if I'm going to see it like before we record the Endgame podcast. That's the main thing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Although that would make sense to watch before that, but it might come up a
Yeah,
bit. Anyway,
yeah.
yes,
Well,
liked it. I mean,
now I feel well. I already felt pressured to see it, but
mm.
it's not like I don't want to. It's just I haven't been able to like find the time to easily fit it into my schedule. You know what I mean?
It's like the two Donners, and by the second Donner, I do mean the Lester, are still
Yeah.
probably better. But keep
Huh.
on, I mean, the first two round, let's face it, it's got a third act that's boring as hell, right?
Yeah, I honestly I just really like James Gunn. Like I could honestly say that I probably like every one of James Gunn's movies better than the first Superman. So the
When Mimi asked like what did you like it? I to put it in her terms, I said it's somewhere right between Guardians and Shazam was my explanation to her. So you saw the first
yeah.
Shazam?
No.
Oh, that was good. You should watch that sometime.
Uh,
Not the second one. The second one apparently is terrible. I didn't watch it, but the first one is very good. It might be the best of the DC, like of that run of DC movies.
I did watch Thunderbolts.
I didn't see that yet, so out of the
Well, I can
theaters
talk
now.
about that.
You can spoil that for me. I don't give a shit.
It's actually I was pretty shocked that I haven't seen anybody talk about this. It plays a lot like a ripoff of a James Gunn movie.
Maybe that's why people like it.
It is,
Now
yeah. Well,
that
that's
Gunn has
why it's
joined the
good.
DC team.
It's good. It has like the whole. Hang on, I think this is too hot.
But yeah, you know how like Man of Steel, one of the big problems, like Superman never actually saves anybody, like individually.
Uh, I don't
Like
know.
he never
There, I
said,
had all
like
kinds of problems with
obviously
that.
Metropolis hates him at the end of that because they just saw a giant alien show up and have a massive fight to destroy the city. It's not like he built up goodwill and shit to become Superman at that point, right?
I
So
just like I hated everything in that movie. I hated Earth. It was like everything was so boring. I was
okay.
so bored that I wanted the bad guys to win, and that's like a really bad look for a Superman movie.
You don't want the bad guy to win the new one, but they do. They nail Lex Luthor pretty hard, like not in the Evangelion
Yeah, it's
t-shirt
Nicholas
sort of way,
Holt.
but
Like
yeah, yeah, of
I
course.
trust the fucking shit out of Nicholas Holt. He's amazing.
Because the thing
Um,
on the again the Donner, Gene Hackman's great, but he's not doing Lex Luthor. He's doing Gene Hackman, right?
did you see did you see Nosferatu?
No.
Yeah, Nicholas Holt has a real problematic death in that. Oh boy.
Maybe I'll get to it sometime. I guess the
That
next
movie's great.
I guess the next movie I'm going to see is probably Fantastic Four, unless the reviews are bad. If the reviews are like this sucks, maybe I won't bother. Even Superman, the reviews are kind of mid-ish. I mean, I think on Metacritic it's 67, which isn't great. It's still green, but it's not great. But
I
it's better than
wasn't gonna
67.
skip. I wasn't gonna skip the James Gunn.
No, I wasn't
Won't skip
either.
it. I won't skip a James Gunn movie until he does something that looks like that. I really don't think I would like, and I this doesn't look like something I wouldn't like. It's just even if people weren't saying nice things about it.
Did
It's
you
funny
ever
that
read the All-Star Superman comic?
nah,
Okay, that's a good
I know a
reference
little
point.
bit about it,
Okay, that one's
but
very good, by the way.
basically it's funny because I've seen all this online discourse about people Snyder Bros like this could fail, and then people are like, "Whoa, actually, it's doing really well," and then it like does really badly overseas, which makes a lot of sense because a lot of people probably don't want to see anything about America being like good right now. Like I'm pretty sure it's going to be kind of anti-Trump, so that's part of why I'm like, well, I'm fine. If I thought it was going to be super conservative, then I wouldn't be watching it. But I don't think that I don't think James Gunn has that like woven into his fiber. So
Right. But no, also our all-star Superman. I don't know if I tried to read when Grant Morrison did X-Men, right? And Frank Quitely was the artist, and it worked for like 4 issues because that guy draws so small he couldn't do the deadlines, and then they just started like swapping out artists like every other issue, and some of them sucked. and that kind of screwed up the Morrison run on X-Men. Still a good run, but the art is dodgy. So All
Hmm.
Star Superman, they go like take the time you need with the art with this guy, and they he does the whole thing, and his art's a better fit for Superman than X-Men, so that also helps.
Hmm.
So do recommend the All Star Superman reading that, or I think there's an animated version too if you want to do that, but.
Yeah, I think from what I've heard, the animated version is one of the better animated thingies.
I think I watched it. I don't know. It was close enough. I
Well,
can't remember if I've seen it or not, right? Because I've read the comic like a couple times.
it's
Uh,
like, isn't, sorry, do we need to do the thing
in a
we're
minute,
supposed
but
to do?
finish your thought.
No, I was like, I didn't that have sort of like a really shiny kind of Art Deco art style?
Yes. Do you know Frank White? I don't know if I'm saying his name right
Uh,
away, but Frank Quitely, I think is how you say his name. He has a very particular style. Let's say that. Not like not weird, just like the way he draws lines is very different from most people.
like the lines curve.
Yeah,
I
they.
don't
I don't
wait.
know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I don't know. He has a distinctive style that I like, is what I'm saying. So, yeah. Let's give a quick pause here, and then we will start this episode.
Welcome to the music dance experience. Wait,
I'm trying to make music, but Zoom's gonna make it sound like I'm just like sputtering my mouth or something, probably.
yep, it's in prison in Severance Town,
The Severance
Defiant Jazz,
podcast.
episode 7 of
Defiant.
season 1.
We're being defiant with our titling of these episodes of
No,
our
I'm not.
podcast. I mean,
You
of this
are.
podcast.
You're being defiant. I'm not.
Who's your favorite Defiant jazzist?
Coltrane, probably.
Okay. See, I have a set. It's on Blue Note from Gil Scott Heron, so I feel like that fits. No, it's not. It's Wounded Bird or something. So is that jazz? I don't know. Gil Scott Heron, like it's maybe a little bit jazz. He plays the piano.
Well, it's I don't know what is jazz really.
Hey, did I ever tell you about Ohm playing Ohm, Coltrane's Ohm in in my in my university dorm?
I think I've listened to that with you at least once. Do you have a box set of Ohm?
Yeah, I do. I didn't listen. It was called The Major Works of John Coltrane. It also had one that people like better that he did after that, which I forgot the name of. It's long.
Everything.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't remember why I was pissed at people in my dorm hall for some reason. So I left Ohm playing at top volume and then like locked my dorm room and went away for an hour.
Wow. That's defiant. That's very defiant jazz of
That's
you.
so maybe you are correct choosing Coltrane as the most defiant jazz. So although that was me, that was more like me being petulant. So that was petulant jazz in that case.
Well, most of Coltrane's work, it's it's like he's doing actually the most melodic. He's doing scales, but he's just doing a lot of scales really, really fast.
We saw Roland Kirk. That seems like defiant jazz,
Yeah,
right?
Rasan Roland Kirk is definitely
He's
defiant jazz.
playing like eight horns all at once, right?
Yeah,
That's cool. I don't
yeah,
think he
for
ever got
sure.
up to eight, but it is at several.
He defies what you think his name is pronounced like.
Yeah. Did I say it wrong? Okay.
No,
It's
you
one of
said it right.
oh,
It
good.
looks like Rashan, but it's Rasan.
Good because I was stressing out about when I said it because it's one of those things where I've seen it many times and never like said it, you know? But I was like, well, it seems like you would say it this way, not this way. And I guessed right. Good for me.
But
Um,
there's a very long and interesting conversation to be had on how like all experimental music loops back around to being pop. You know what I mean?
hmm.
Like how Sonic Youth is doing Madonna songs, Sun Ra was doing doo-wop, 10cc was the weirdest and the least weird band ever, Sparks too, all that stuff, Devo. It's like everybody who's weird is always has like this little bit of extremely well-crafted pop
That's why David
inside.
Lynch had to make the straight story.
I mean, look at David Lynch's like soundtrack selections. I
Right.
mean,
Oh,
Blue
well, Twin
Velvet,
Peaks in general, I mean, is pretty
yeah,
well, at least the original Twin Peaks.
the
That said,
the
I like the
score.
newer one better. I'm just saying, as far as like poppy stuff to watch, the original would stand out more.
But yeah, like David Lynch. I don't know. I didn't listen to any of the albums he made, but I'm pretty sure they're probably not
I
weird. I mean,
sent
he
you
directed the.
Crazy Clown Time, right?
I've seen Crazy Clown Time,
Okay, well, at least you've seen it. That's important.
but yeah, the he directed that Chris Isaac video. That's like the kind of
That's
the
his
most
vibe,
normal
right?
thing ever. But it's not.
So what is
So
the truly weirdest music? Would that be like the Shags, where they just didn't know what they were doing?
I don't know, like Captain Beefheart, maybe. Like I guess
Yeah.
Captain Beefheart committed to it.
It
Really?
wouldn't be Zappa. Zappa gets back to your focuses on
No.
it so far it becomes not weird anymore. Because if he's just like ripping out like 6,000 notes on an SG or something, that's not particularly weird.
Yeah, it's like you could possibly level that at like some jam bands, but again, they're like extremely normal in some way.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Grateful Dead came out and would do like blues covers and just play them for 20 minutes, right? Audience was
yeah,
on
it's
the
like
drugs.
I hate to say it because I don't even want to talk about this band, but like Fish's singer is like sounds like just this nerd who doesn't want to talk to anybody.
I can see that. And again, and their jamming is just like it's their jamming sounds exactly the same. Sorry, Fish fans. But yeah, they're when they jam, it's just like the same thing for like 30 minutes.
It's this thing where it's off-putting but also boring. And that's why I
That
don't like it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, as we've talked before, there are fish things I have liked in the past, but it's yeah, it's that's I can leave that and not take it, you know.
That's not the last thing I'm going to talk about that I don't like.
Okay. Did you like this episode?
Yeah, it's a great episode, isn't
So
it?
I'll say, don't say the episode's one of them because this
I
I mean,
Spoiler alert, I don't there hasn't been an episode of Severance I didn't like yet.
but these last I mean, I've seen the two after this, and the last three do step up the game, I think.
Yeah, they did do what they need to do.
Like, I mean, I guess that's a good way to do your 9 episode series, is hit the next gear when you get to episode 7. That's the reasonable move to make. So here we go.
Af- After a certain amount of making podcasts about narrative things that go into progress in order, I don't know about you. I've really started thinking about writing a lot, like how writing works. And there's always some amount of put these pieces on the chessboard here, right?
Yeah, and the show does that, and it does it well. I think that's the difference. It does it like a lot of things that they put on the chessboard is not obvious until it's clear why that happened.
Yeah, they
Um,
do it. It does it well without it being obvious what it's trying to do because it's giving Dylan a motive and then Irving a motive and then sort of just twisting everybody's individual screws a little bit.
right, and then the highlight scene of this, our dance experience, music dance experience. As we get to the finale, that takes on several more layers too, doesn't it?
Yeah, but
So, which will
also you seem Mr. Milchick like the whole Dylan thing really wouldn't have, and presumably the Bert thing we don't really get information on whether Irving was you know told to retire or if it was out he
you mean
decided to
Bert?
retire. Did I say Irving? I'm sorry, Bert. I meant Bert.
Yes, that's why I asked.
It messes me up because they both have an sound.
The
You think they're
twins.
modeled after Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street?
Yes. I'm wearing a
Okay,
Sesame Street t-shirt. Why would I say no to
I don't know.
that? This one's Oscar and Big Bird for anyone listening, but not, yeah, different people.
Bert and
Same
Ernie,
voice, same
famous
puppeteer.
famous gay coworkers, Bert and Ernie.
Different puppeteers there.
Well, yeah, you have to have different pep. You don't want to you don't want to crowd the whatever backstage.
Right.
You got to
Although
play off each other.
Big Bird and Oscar don't
Puppeteers are
talk to each other
performers.
that often, and when they did, he'd have to like record like one of the. He wouldn't just do both characters. He'd pre-record one and then talk to his tape recording.
So Big Bird and Oscar, not a gay couple.
No, same guy. So it'd be more like, well, you can take that where
Canonically,
you
that's
want.
not possible. Not possible.
Okay, give us some canon, give us some trivia.
Okay, episode 7. We have Ben Stiller back in the direction chair. Where
Good job.
sorry. Well, thanks. Doing great. For episode 7, we have Ben Stiller back in the directing chair where he will stay for the rest of the season. That's 2 episodes after this one, if you didn't know. And he'll be back for 5 of season two's 10 episodes. We get one more next season. The MDR's office rainbow ceiling lights originated from a happy accident with the lighting dimmer controls, and their use in the music dance experience scene was only revealed to the MDR cast during filming, so the characters' reactions to it are real. Tremel Tillman spent weeks rehearsing dance moves by himself, but then he and choreographer Tara Rodriguez decided that he should be unaware of the dance moves the MDR team would perform during the sequence, so his performance involved him responding to them in real time. There's apparently a lot of deleted scenes with various Annie's doing different dance moves that he responds to. So that sounds fun
Should
if
they have
you.
just made the music dance experience 45 minutes and that would be like the complete episode?
I don't think so. I don't
As
think that would
opposed to the
work.
what do we get, 2 minutes of it?
The primary writing credit this week goes to Helen Lee. Once again, not much of an IMDb bio, but she wrote several episodes of Invincible, including 2023's Atom Eve special. That's Atom Eve. That was surprisingly good and has been a producer on that show since the beginning of season 2. This is her only Severance related credit so far. Have you seen Invincible?
Nope.
You read the comic?
Nope. Wait, maybe? I don't know. When the comic come out?
I think like early 2000s, mid 2000s.
Maybe?
It's an Image comic.
Put a maybe on that. I might have, but yeah, moving on.
It's pretty bloody. It's good stuff. I don't know if you're gonna watch an animated superhero thing, that's one of the better ones. But anyway, the primary writing credit. Oh, I already said that. Why
Yes,
did
you
my
did.
eyes
Good
go
job.
backwards? The rest of this trivia will alternate between good and evil. In the good corner, returning from the last few seconds of last week's episode, Karen Aldridge plays Asal Ragabi. Born in Richmond, California, she ran track and studied sociology before settling on acting as a career and as a major. She has several stage credits, most of them in Chicago, but she did play Mrs. Phelps in Matilda the Musical on Broadway in 2013. As for screen, you can see her in TV series such as Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, The Get Down, and Fargo, and the TV show. And her most recent role, aside from Severance, was in 2023's The Creator as Dr. Thanky, which
You're
definitely
welcome.
sounds fake. Uh, it sounds like something you have on an Adult Swim show that was just a doctor that just did whatever you told them to. Dr. Ragabi will be back next week. Returning for the first time since episode 3, we have Sydney Cole Alexander as the board of directors representative. Natalie Kalin, I guess that involves us. She grew up
Yes.
in New York and attended LaGuardia High School for the Performing Arts in Manhattan. Boy, I hope that works better than the airport. And Purchase College in Purchase, New York.
You
I
buy
guess
that college.
you can purchase it
No,
if
you
you're
buy it. You buy Purchase College.
purchase it. That sounds expensive. She has a history of some stage work, but those of us who aren't in New York theater scene can see her in the She's Gotta Have It TV series, A Neighbor's Vendetta, and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which also stars Tremel Tillman, although I don't know if they appear together on screen.
I don't think they do.
Natalie will be back next week as well. Go do something a little different and go over some of the music. The record label Defiant Jazz is a track called Shaky Jake from saxophonist Joe McPhee's second album, Nation Time. Recorded live December 12th and 13th, 1970 at Vassar College Urban Center for Black Studies. The album consists of 3 tracks, and Shaky Jake is the one in the middle. It would not have fit on a 45 because it's 13 minutes 36 seconds long.
You
And a
make an edit.
45
You make a
45
5 minute
maxes
edit.
out. No, but there was never one until now.
You'll checkmate it.
5 minutes per side. That's a 45. McPhee was born in 1939 in Miami, and although Wikipedia says he taught himself saxophone at age 32, that math doesn't add up and would have been after this recording was made. So maybe they mean 22? I don't know. As of this recording, he is 85 and still putting out records even this year. I'm kind of surprised his discography doesn't have its own Wikipedia page.
He's defiant.
He made a lot of records. So in the back to the evil section, any retirement song number 19 is actually Times of Your Life by Paul Anka. It was originally written as an advertising jingle for Kodak, and then Anka decided to record it as a single, and it got him his only number 1 stint on the easy listening chart for 1 week. If you're romanticizing about music from the 70s, remember that most of it sounded like this. Okay, I am biased. I hate Paul Anka.
That's under
That's
your
for me.
trivia.
That's
Paul
it.
Anka. So you've ended with Paul Anka. Okay. You
Yeah, I
did
just
that.
ended throwing. Violently threw Paul Anka under the bus.
Okay.
He's also still alive.
Right. So you can do that. Okay. Let's do a story. I got a story. Where's the story? There's the story. Mark meets up with renegade Severance surgeon Regabi. Did I say that right? Say it one more time.
Yep, Ragabi.
But they are followed by security chief Grainer. Regabi solves this problem by beating him to death with a baseball bat and giving his security card to Mark. Back at Lumen, MDR now has a security door that keeps them in the department, and Dylan is having an existential crisis after seeing his Audi son during the overtime contingency from last episode. Milchek tries to make everyone happier with a 5-minute music dance experience, but Dylan cancels the experience by attacking Milchek and demanding to know the name of his son. MDR figures out how the overtime contingency works, use Grainer's security card to get out of their department, and find the security room from which to do it. They decide to see what's on the outside, with Dylan staying behind to control the mechanism. In the meantime, Irving finds his way back to ODR to discover Bert's retirement party. Irving lashes out a bit, but Milchick allows him to stay if he stays cool. Back on the outside, Alexa visits a very drunk Mark. She thinks he is still too mentally disturbed to have a relationship, and he reacts by tearing up a photo of his dead wife. Alexa leaves, and Mark tapes the photo back up to reveal the smiling face of Miss Casey. There we go.
So
That's the story.
when you saw this, how surprised were you that it was Miss Casey?
Um, I mean, I wasn't expecting that. I'll say that. But once you see it, it's like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense.
I don't remember being totally shocked, to be honest.
It makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but it also that opens up a lot of more questions. Once you have, once you've established that someone is like trapped there, that really makes Lumen like a lot more sinister,
That
doesn't
is the
it?
demarcation line of like, wait a minute, the Audi thinks his wife is dead and he's working with her. Something is obviously a bit amiss, more than just the severance procedure. So that is where we start to
Yeah.
open that can of worms, which I guess you start to just crack the can a little bit with Dylan seeing his son and stuff, right? But that was still intentional, right? That was a calculated risk on Milchek's part, whereas obviously this is something more.
I could see how Milchick would maybe think to himself, nah, he won't really care if he has a son or not, because some people wouldn't, you know? I
But some
think
people would, and he does.
if Hallie R woke up and had a kid, I don't know if she would care. You know what I mean? I, I, I don't think she would react like that. You
You
know
mean
what I
like
mean? Like,
strangling a man during a music dance experience?
yeah, it's the whole thing where his, what is it that every cynic is a disappointed optimist, where he's just the most foul-mouthed, like nihilistic jerkbag,
Have we
and
worked out
probably he
why the
just want
card
kids.
that Dylan stole is so important?
No, but there was a whole thing where he gave, Milchick gives that back to Bert, and then Bert drops the line where he's like, "I hope I won't go to back to the break room. Last week was quite enough." It sounded like really like they gave him a really bad break room session. Like it feels like they're very deliberately not showing us a lot of break room stuff.
Hmm,
And
right.
I'm starting to
And
believe that some people's break room time is different than others.
that could be the case because we've only really gotten, at this point, we've only gotten a good view of what Helly's, right? Which is just reading crap over and over again, which sucks, but
Yeah,
and we heard a bit of Mark's, right? But that was still the statement, wasn't it?
we saw his hand.
Oh, right. Oh, and we saw his hand. So yeah, obviously that suggested like something different is happening as well. So
Yeah, which is, hey, great writing. Don't show us everything that happens in the break room.
no, for sure that keeps it, uh rocking out. Let me see. Well, here we have we've built this door. You're all staying in the room now. Do you have most annoying company policy at one of the places you've worked? One day it's this, and you're like, screw that.
Um, I don't know. I don't feel like I've ever worked anywhere with very strict policies.
Hmm.
Like the last good job I had, there was supposed to be like strict mask enforcement and most people didn't wear masks. So,
Hmm.
you know,
Meanwhile, in
mm,
Japan, there's still people that just won't stop wearing masks. So,
well, I mean, if there's air conditioning, fine.
no, I've seen people walking around on a hot summer day, like 90 degrees, walking with no one within 50 meters of them wearing a mask. I'm like, why are you doing that? That looks like torture.
So imagine if for a couple of years you wore a mask and then people stared at you like you were an idiot, like constantly. Like, imagine how that would make you feel eventually.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
I had another one of my reveals on Saturday where a high school student, I've been teaching her for like half a year, I think, and she came in without a mask for the first time. I was like, "Oh, that is not what I thought you looked like."
Oh, weird.
Because we've talked for hours doing classes, and I'm like, I assumed you looked slightly different than you do. So, kind of,
Wow, you're hot. Nope.
no, just she looks slightly
Delete that.
different.
That was a bad
Let's
joke.
Oh well,
Uh,
well you don't know what I'm talking about. I've got crap.
I don't.
Uh,
Um,
let's see. Don't blow DNA chunks. I have that note. Although so at the beginning when Grainer gets baseball batted. Sorry, I didn't want to go after her name again, but yeah, she's like,
Ragabi.
don't vomit here. You'll leave the DNA. Well, he does it like right outside the door. So I'm like, that's probably still like not. I mean, I guess you gotta hurl, but.
Sometimes this feels like an extremely lawless society. You know what I mean? Like let's face it, so far we've somebody has pretty much been murdered and the person got away with it pretty easily. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it is in the middle of nowhere at the middle of no time, so, maybe they'll
I
find evidence. Maybe we'll get CIS on the case. They'll solve the mystery with whatever they do. I've never seen an episode of that.
it
I
still
say
feels like
CIS,
those things
CSI.
where it still feels like one of those things where they're just going to give us like a sparse. They're not going to like involve the police because that would take a bunch of extras.
Oh,
So
right,
the
of
murder
course.
just happened. I mean, like nothing.
She's
Somebody
smart.
must
She
have
knows how to cover this
noticed.
crap up.
Do you think anybody noticed that Petey's head had been drilled into? Like, do you
Hmm.
think someone noticed that? I didn't hear anything about that.
Is it the same hole they used to sever him in the first place, though? Because they knew about that.
I don't know. Maybe she's really good at plugging holes.
Yeah, she's the hole plugger. Uh,
Yep.
also, I mean, even if someone dies, well, I guess in Petey's case, you might go looking, but yeah.
I, I, I guess it's possible that he just gets put in the ground and nobody notices.
I
But
guess that
like,
is a bit of a plot hole, like literally. That's a literal plot hole.
yeah, it's just
A
like
very small one to be fair, but yeah.
we love Star Trek, right? Like, there's always episodes of Star Trek where you're supposed to be seeing a ship with 400 people on it and you see 5 people
Yeah.
for an
And then every
hour.
once in a while
Yeah.
it's like, we have a bigger budget this week. Let's put some extras in. You're like, hey, wait, what? Why don't we do this all the time?
I always go back to the whole thing where when they drop Neelix off and apparently they had every single person on the crew standing there in Starfleet uniforms so that it looked like everybody in the ship was saying goodbye to him.
See, that's why the first Star Trek movie, like they have that big scene where they get the briefing and watch the space station get vaporized, right? And the whole thing was there. Oh, we got like 200 people in a room for this, you know?
Well, maybe someday they'll just do a Star Trek series with 200 people in it, with 200
Two,
actors.
yeah, the credits will be like the credits will last for 40 minutes, and then the episode itself is like five.
I mean, you would do it, right? You'd be an
Duh,
extra.
duh, duh.
Wouldn't
Sure. No,
wouldn't you be
no,
an extra in 10 episodes of a show
no,
along with
500 main roles.
199 other people?
500 main roles. The credits last 40
Yeah.
minutes, 5 minutes of episode, and everyone just is like running around screaming because that's the only way you get them on the show. They're contractually
Five
obliged to
captains.
be in every episode.
Yeah. There's always at least 10 to 20 admirals visiting the ship every
And
episode.
there's like, hey, what's up? And then the next person has to talk because you have to have 500 speaking roles in 5 minutes.
Mm, I I feel like when they did Earth stuff that it usually Earth didn't feel empty.
Right.
Remember Cisco's dad's restaurant? How there were always like 50 people in there?
It's a busting place. Those are big budget weeks, right? I don't know.
I'm
So
pretty
anyway,
sure he couldn't
Severance,
cook really
smaller
well.
budget. We don't see many people. Most of the rooms are empty.
Yeah, it also works for the narrative of what is going on. Why is what's the deal with this company? Why is there nobody here?
Why is it always winter? I mean, I guess this is a few weeks, but
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. There'll be more winter to come.
No, well, I let the credits run for this year. I was like, oh yeah, they're really doubling down the winter in the credits too, aren't they?
Wait, there's winter in the credits?
There's some snow and stuff, just the backgrounds, it's
Oh, like
all
snow
wintry.
people.
Yeah, yeah. So, because I mean, you don't really think about it until you're like, wait a minute, it's been winter for like, I guess in season two you notice more because you're like, it's still winter.
It's like definitely in season one, you feel like this stuff all happens pretty close together, right? Like
Yeah,
it doesn't. I don't know the exact time frame, but it feels very close together because things move kind of quickly and things get really tense. It's
right.
not
Well,
stuff
hell,
that'll
they
just
had to
blow
have a
over.
week, maybe a week to recuperate, right? So, or at least looking at like 1 month, but that could all be winter reasonably, right? So.
Yeah, I guess was it a week? Was it less than a week? Was it like 5 days?
I think they do say the number, so
Yeah.
but I do not remember what that was. Um,
So it yeah, the but what I was saying earlier, it's like Milchick is so arrogant about like he definitely thinks he has way more control over the situation than he actually does. Do you think this is kind of like running a daycare?
yeah, sure. I mean, a little bit. I know when a kid in one of my little kid classes poops himself, I stick my head out the door and then like front staff who knows what they're doing, with that sort of thing.
Do you ever feel like you're just completely losing control of the situation? You have no choice but to act like you're in control?
Well, when like with teaching classes, sometimes you just need to go into serious mode for a little bit if the kids are being horrible, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Like I'm
I
not
don't.
I'm not actually you can actually get angry. That will not work, right? But you can
Hmm.
change your tone for a little bit and this isn't fun anymore. We're doing work. Sit down, that's a rule, blah. So I guess I get that. Granted that's more, a little more literal daycare because I do have 8, 9 year olds, right? Which I do mention this Mark's just a baby. He's only been there in Severance for 2 years, right?
Hmm. And
And I think I brought up
this
last time that
week
mentally they're all preschoolers, right? Even the
we
older ones have probably not been there more than 10 years.
we find out that Bert had been there for I wrote 7 years,
Right.
which doesn't seem like that long, I guess.
But how old the technology is wouldn't be like that old. I have a
I
feeling
don't
the
know.
technology is maybe 10 years
Yeah.
old. Although then we have all the 70s looking crap in the Severance lore, so maybe the idea is they have been doing this for 50 years. Have we actually specifically stated that?
We will find out a little more about the timeline in season two, but it will also get more vague.
Okay, that's
So it's
cool.
like there will be answers, but also more questions.
Right.
Which but Bert, Bert's not a young guy, so
No, it
seven
makes
years out of his
sense.
career
Like
isn't
that's the thing because he's just before that being like, "Oh, I'm gonna. I hope it's not the break room again." No, it's gonna be non-existence. That's the next step.
well. Yeah, he doesn't seem to care, which is
uh,
weird.
Real Walken's speech, or Aldi Walken, I guess Real Walken would be the actor, but yeah, the Aldi speech was one of the most Walken-y things ever committed to film. I don't know you, but I feel like I know you because I feel good when I just it goes on for
Yeah.
like 3 minutes doing that. It's great.
Yeah, that whole thing is so weird. And I don't know if it is planned by Lumen, which maybe it's just a coincidence, but it doesn't seem like a coincidence, right?
Especially because the line, I hope I don't have to spend another week in the break room. I guess an Audi doesn't, or an
Mhm.
Innie doesn't know when the Audi's retiring, right? Necessarily,
Well,
but
yeah, and any I don't think an any can complain about the break room and then an Audi will be like, "Well, I'll retire so you don't have to go to the break room." I don't think that's possible.
that's how they run the Japanese death penalty, by the way. They don't tell you crap, just one more. It's like, okay, off we go. Could be 10
What?
years you've been sitting around. Just one more, and okay, off we go. to the gallows.
Wait, you're just saying they don't tell you when they're gonna kill you. They just like decide one day.
Today's the day. Yeah.
So is that just to make you terrified
I
all the
guess. I don't
time?
know. I suppose. I don't know. Not on death
Yeesh.
row in Japan yet.
We'll see if we can get you there by the end of this podcast series
Episode.
episode. Yeah. Um. Well, it's like I couldn't help but think about this the juxtaposition of how like childish. Okay, yes, they're all treated like children, but they're all kind of you see kind of in turn they're all kind of developing some kind of backbone is the wrong word, conviction here, like
Agency.
they're agency is a good word. And then later we cut to Mark in real life and he actually does act like a child. Yeah, I mean is out he does.
Right.
So
But
it's
that's the
kind of
thing where,
interesting.
but the end of this
I
episode now puts out, oh, the Audis are not necessarily, living their own life either, right? Which I mean, we've had, Solveig showing up and being a handler, like in most episodes, right? So,
Yeah. And yeah,
so
and it's like almost like the innies are probably more aware of how evil she is than the outies are, even though she's definitely the same person.
well, she
But
screams at them and sings songs, whereas on the outside, you have to pretend
okay.
that you're talking to another member of society, right?
Well, she just says stuff like, "Look at this baby, how make it latch onto your breast," and then throws the baby and stuff like that, or not the actual baby, but the doll or whatever.
Right.
But it's just red flags, smaller red flags. But I don't feel like any Mark would do something stupid like I'm just gonna tear up this picture of my dead wife. Oh well, no, actually, we could talk about her all the time if you want. You know, it's or the whole thing. He basically was like, "Oh, your phone. I found your phone. You can come over here." And it's just this obvious. Yeah, you can come over here. Get your phone,
Well, he has,
right?
he has he's completely wasted, right? So that's worth
Yeah.
noting, I guess, that it's his drunk. Like this is good drunk
Well,
acting, right?
and he saw a guy get murdered. Like he
Yeah,
that would probably mess you up
he's
and
not having
probably
the best
make you.
week.
I can imagine if I saw somebody get murdered and then someone also was like, you have to get reintegrated because your innie is suffering or whatever the hell it is, being like, please someone come over and hold me. You know what I mean?
Best dancer, by the way.
Oh, I don't know. Helly maybe? No, no,
Okay.
I mean it's Milchick. He's the best dancer. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
guess so. Irving
He's
tries to get funky. He's not good at, it, but yeah.
yeah. I would bet that
Here's
I
Dylan just
bet
sitting at his computer, angrily looking at the screen move too.
yeah, he didn't dance at all. Are we doing performance reviews for dance performances? Is
I,
that it?
I guess that's what we're doing right now. Yeah. So yeah, Milch. I mean, like you said, he was practicing, right? Or the actor was practicing.
Yeah, well, he's also, I think he's holds several degrees in like art and etc. performance and
Mm,
stuff. I think he,
right, right.
he seems like yeah, from like reading his bio, it was like wow, this guy is impressive, and he is right. Like he does a lot of heavy lifting, like that, and in this in that scene he drives it right. He
Yeah, I don't even
basically
remember what Mark does. He's just white guy dancing, I guess, which is not memorable.
it's like yeah, it's like his whole he initiates this thing, he's driving it, and then after he gets attacked, his whole thing where he says the music, whatever the music dance experience is now over. It's so good.
Did he say can? No, he
Uh,
says he officially cancels the experience.
yeah, the music dance experience is officially canceled.
Right. So
And then yeah, then his iciness later when he sees Irving, and it's just you know
lets him stay though. Yeah. Everyone loves
yeah,
an exotica party.
but it's the whole thing where he has to know that he's totally losing control of the situation because what did he do? He spent hours making sure the door opened and closed. Like that's got to be really fishy. Like why are people just showing up places after he like spent all that time on the door? Didn't think about how the dead security guard, you know, might be missing his access card. But
Well, they're kind of, I guess they're focused on the part where he's dead.
Yeah, they're
You notice the
underestimating
security car
people
the
left and
next
right.
day. Yeah.
There's a bunch of underestimation going on, and
Oh, sorry. So saying Dylan's strangling, I did put the note. He's biting. He's not strangling. There's a difference.
yeah, he
Draws
bites a
blood.
chunk out of his
Yes.
arm. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. I haven't been bitten. Kids haven't bitten
I,
me. That's
I
nice.
haven't been
I-
bitten by a child, I don't think. I've been bitten by an
oh, I'm
adult.
thinking because it happens. But I'm like, I don't think any kids have bitten me. That's cool. I did have a kid that, I'll be doing the ABCs against the wall, and then I'll have one little kid that just decides to make my head a jungle gym while I'm trying to teach the other kids, right? So that happens.
I have a friend who's just freakishly strong, and once we were just drunk, and she just bit me on my arm really hard, and it was bruised for like 2 weeks. It wasn't like a sexual thing. It was just like a whatever drunk, playful bite, I guess.
Mhm.
But
A bruisey one. Okay.
a bruisey one. Yep.
Well, are there any other big points you want to put on this one? I guess this is I mean, the last two episodes are very much of a piece, and this one's kind of a piece. I mean, they're making their heist plan in this one, right? So if you're doing Ocean's 11, you have to put this one in too.
Let's with things continue to escalate slowly, and the pieces are being put on the chessboard, and the other side of the chessboard is just really cocky, even though somebody took out their knight, I guess. The
Hmm,
security guard be a knight, I guess.
maybe, yeah,
Maybe something.
yeah. I guess it's just the plus of the show is so many other shows do the same thing, and it's annoying. Where here it's fascinating. I guess for somebody it's probably annoying, maybe, yeah, but
Well,
generally
I'll
people
go
seem to
ahead
like
and
the show, but
I'll go ahead and reference another podcast that I don't know when it comes out in relation to this, but we're about to record a podcast about Avengers Endgame, which is very obvious where they're putting pieces in the places they need to go in that movie, like compared to this, like very, very
But that's the
obvious.
whole MCU. It's like we have to do this so 6 movies later it can be a thing, which is not the way to do it. Especially, it worked. It worked up to Endgame, and maybe not after. I mean, Severance could jump the shark at some point. Yeah, it's
Of
not out.
course,
Hopefully,
anything.
you hope they stick the landing, but that's the thing to do. Stick the landing, right?
It's like nobody is exempt from making something bad. There's no guarantee that I don't know how there are too many moving parts to like guarantee something be good or bad, but you can't necessarily avoid it. I think that in Marvel's case, it's like since they kind of invented their template that they got cocky immediately and don't really try to like there's never any real attempt at misdirection in those films, like ever. And this series is like entirely misdirection.
Yeah.
And misdirection is you kind of need that for this. Like mystery, I think that's what like annoyed me about a lot of J.J. Abrams stuff is that instead of misdirection, they just would bring something up and then just drop it and not tell you. It's like
Right. That's the annoying kind of mystery box. Yeah.
this actively tries to like the whole thing where the third time I watched this first season was the first time I realized how like silly the card that Dylan stole. It's like I didn't even think about what the reason that Milchick was there before, really. It's just because that what it does in that scene is so heavy that you don't think about anything else.
Right, right. Yeah, and again, I'm like, the card doesn't seem that important, other than they're very specific about what any see and don't see.
And I didn't think about what Bert was. I didn't think about why Bert was retiring, or was he being made to retire, or his comment about the break room before, because I was just like, oh, poor Irving, poor Bert, they can't be together at work. Like that's all I was thinking about, and I wasn't thinking about the actual implications. But
Which do get relatively disturbing. Yeah. Again, the the,
you
the
see
music
more.
dance experience, I mean, mild spoiler, we kind of know why they're doing it in an episode or two, right? And you're like, oh, that sucks. You're taking unhappy people and just make him look happy so other people feel okay?
Yeah,
I mean, I
but,
don't think
but
that's a major spoiler, but
no, but there's a lot of misdirection. just continues through the series, and I think it's very smart and interesting that there are things that they cognizantly cognizant is that the right use of that word? They deliberately leave us, the audience, out of certain information, which is like the Miss Casey thing.
Right.
It's like you can go back and look at you see things,
Should they have
There
made Patricia Arquette's character misdirection? That would have been fun, right?
no. That sounds like if it was just a James Bond series, then yeah.
Well, it'd have to be hornier if it's a James Bond name.
Miss
Correction.
Miss Erection. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Miss D Erection. Yes.
Uh, um, there we go. They got rid of the broccoli, so they should hire us.
Hello,
Uh,
I'm Miss Broccoli. Wait,
let's
that
performance
what?
review these people. I guess we'll start with MDR. That makes the most sense. Mark in this
Okay.
episode, they don't know he has the
Um
card, so can we performance review the fact that he has the card?
no, I guess he's
I don't know he's scheming, but he
solid
is
B.
scheming. Yeah,
He seems like he's up to something, but he's,
B
you
minus
know,
because he's hungover.
sure.
So yeah, he's a little sketchy, but yeah, he seems to basically be doing his job. Irving, how about Irving?
He's starting to he's starting to really become a problem, and based on his previous performance, our disappointment dictates that we give him a C minus.
I was gonna say C minus. He does show up. They let him stay at the party, but he shows up at the party. So that can't be an F, but it can't be higher than a C.
We expect more from him. It's like, remember that time that Harry Kin like had sex with an alien lady, and then Janeway kept yelling at him for like an hour
I think
straight,
that
and that was
happened
the
like
whole
five
episode.
times, but yeah.
Because they're
I know the one you're
disappointed.
talking about. That
Yeah, he
was
got
the
like
big city ship. Yeah,
space aids or something.
right. But we're not giving Harry Kim a performance review. We are giving
No.
Dylan a performance review.
Um,
He broke
I guess
skin? F?
D
D?
minus.
Okay. So you're
At
not
least he
if
showed
you
initiative.
he was working during the music. Well, he wasn't working though. He was stewing.
Well, remember that he can't be disciplined because if Milchick took him in, he could
Good point.
basically
It is Milchick's
he has
fault that
dirt on him.
Milchick did
Yeah.
break him, so I guess that can't quite be enough. So D minus, yeah. Broke the
Yeah,
skin.
It's Milchick's fault. Like he wouldn't have known about the overtime contingency, which is going to like potentially destroy everything.
Right. Um so
Like what
okay,
if
so he's
that
not
could lead
quite
to a
failing.
second season where everyone is free to come and go as they please, for all we know.
Right. How's about we did Irving, we did Dylan there. Helly just kind of I mean as far as well, she gets her music dance experience. She gets her first higher
Um,
rating for this one, maybe?
yeah, well, she's basically not directly causing trouble, but she is kind of annoying. Like
She's
I
still got an
told you
attitude,
guys,
yeah.
it's
B,
so like B, yeah,
give her B plus because she gets the music
minus.
dance experience. Okay, I'll go plus, you
Okay,
go minus to the
sure,
B.
sure,
Helly gets a B. We don't
yeah.
get a whole lot of Kolvig in this episode, do we?
Um,
I
I
mean, she
think she's
does stuff.
outie the whole time.
Is she? Okay.
I mean, outie. It's not. She's not at work.
She's not at work.
She's off doing nursing, whatever it is, without permission. Well, she does. Isn't is this the episode where she kind of like basically that they acknowledge that reintegration is a thing, so
But
she
she's in the
basically
office a little bit because she
threatens.
talks to the board, right? With the
Yeah,
board lady.
she
So
kind
she's
of
there a little
threatens the
bit.
board a little bit.
Yeah, so
So
C for her. She's getting
yeah,
a little testy with
yeah,
the system.
yeah. Even though uh Natalie is like kind of scared of her, like we the board cannot be scared of her.
Right. And then Milchek, he gets a B. He's trying to
Uh,
contain stuff, but he's
yeah,
trying, but he's not doing a great job of it.
that overtime contingency thing is a major problem.
Yeah,
And I guess we
okay,
have
maybe
to
even
know
B
that that
minus
happened,
because he
right?
did that. Yeah. Yeah, that would be in
Yeah,
the records or whatever, right? So,
yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to go lower? You bring up the
Nah.
overtime contingency, possible misuses. Um,
Well, because he did a really good job dancing.
okay. Okay, that you can't give a man under a B minus if he's getting funky.
Yeah, I mean, like find me someone who could provide a better music dance experience, but you can't.
Okay, so B minus. The music dance experience really is pumping up people's scores in this episode, you know?
Yeah,
Do we Bert's leaving? Do we even performance review him?
so let's give him a nice A plus on the way out.
A plus, it's like a watch, yeah. Of watching you stick up your
We
ass.
didn't, yeah, we didn't give him an F last week because we didn't know that he was going to the break room because he went to the
Mm,
break room off screen. But
right.
we'll just let that slide because uh good job, buddy. We'll see you in hell. I
On the
mean,
timeline though, when did he go to the break room? Exactly. Was it like is it or
it was
was it like a little bit before some of this stuff went down, you know?
it sounded like it was
Did he go to
right
the break room
after
for the card?
It sounded like it was right after MDR showed up over there, and it did sound like it was maybe related to the card.
Yeah,
I'd have
okay.
to go back and listen to the exact dialogue,
For
but
the fourth
it
time.
sounded related because he brought it up right after he was given the card back.
Okay. Have we reviewed everybody? We only see a picture of Miss Casey, so she didn't do anything in this.
Yeah, she gets a she gets an A minus for getting torn up and put back together.
But that's not Miss Casey. That's I
I
forgot his wife's
know.
name, but that's her. Gemma.
I
There we
know.
go. That's
I'm
Gemma.
just trying to take it to the absurd extreme.
You can't performance review Gemma.
If somebody has a picture of me in their house and they work with me and then they tear out my picture and tape it back together and that affects my performance review, I'd be pretty mad.
I just watched the movie Coco again, and that's like supernatural homicide if you rip up somebody's picture.
Was it worse the second time or better?
What? Oh, those
Coco.
Coco. Worse.
Hmm.
If you like that movie, by the way, that's great. I find it. I said it gives me existential indigestion.
I didn't really like it, but I don't remember why.
For me, existential, metaphysical
Oh,
indigestion. That's what I said. Yeah, it
oh,
gives me
I
metaphysical
think it's the
indigestion.
usual. It's the usual thing where the rules are too vague and it feels just like before pictures existed, everyone just died
And
forever.
exactly stuff like that, right? And I
Yeah,
don't like the rules in general. Anyway, that's
which
different.
you know,
Severance
well,
rules, they're fascinating. I mean, I don't
you
like
want
them, but they're
to,
fascinating.
and well, they're vague enough that they don't like I don't know. The only threads there really are to pull on is like how do people remember some things and other things, and then you could just go to well, they did kind of a bad job on brain surgery, and it's just kind of crazy,
Does he
crazy
remember
thing to
seeing his
do.
wife?
Well, there apparently was something in an earlier scene that I didn't know about. I saw this in trivia way after the fact, where he had a session with Miss Casey, and he formed a tree or something out of clay, and the tree was where his wife died, allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. Yeah, that is where this one just throws a wrench in. You're like, okay, it's not just outies and innies, and outies are in the outies and innies are innies, and there's weird crap. I mean, we've gotten that already because Solveig keeps showing up, so we do know this, but
Well, spoiler, we don't get a lot more information on Miss Casey in the next couple of episodes.
no, 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 we don't. But yeah. I guess we'll wrap this one up because we do have to get those next two episodes to really push the conversation forward, I think.
Yeah. So if you want to listen to me nitpick a bunch of rules about things, listen to our Adventures Endgame episode of Films and Filth podcast, which you can find on podcastiapodcastius.org, along with Luclo's Pokemon Occult Disney Time Enough podcast 1999, Monster Mash Game Show, um, and that's probably all of them.
I wasn't listening if you're interested.
Good. But if you want to not listen, then don't not listen to our podcasts.
Triple negative. That be not good, is it? No, yes.
Don't not listen. That's just a double negative.
I'm just adding
Don't
more
not
negatives. I'm
listen.
getting negative.
Stop not, don't not listening.
That's a good place to cut, right?
Seriously, in fucking Avengers Endgame, they're like, we can't bring Black Widow back, but
Oh,
like
right. Yeah.
Gamora
Because
just comes back and
what's a
nobody
different
says
Gamora?
anything. Yeah, they go get a different Black Widow. It doesn't make any fucking sense. They're
Anyway,
just
my
like,
30 minutes
we
ain't
can't
going.
have her back. We can't get Scarlett Johansson anymore.
She's expensive. I guess
Well,
so
also,
is Saldana, but
uh,
you
it's
can afford
kind of
one of them. You want to choose Scarlett
I
or Zoe? What's your
I
choice?
hate to say it, Zoe.
Uh,
I hate to say it, but like I definitely kept having that feeling when I was watching this that I always do, which is watching any Avengers thing and you see like the unpowered people like Hawkeye, you're just like, oh God, I wish we just get past this. Like, just get out of here. Just fucking
Renner.
get it over with.
I don't know.
He's not a
I
bad
dig some
actor, but
Renner.
I just don't. The good thing was when he had his own series and there was no like I could be watching someone who could punch a hole in a wall.
But
Like when he had his own series, it was good.
right.
But that
Anyway,
nobody liked it, so it doesn't matter.
apparently I have to watch a shitload of Endgame when I get home tonight, so that's what I'll be doing. I
It's
don't
three
know.
fucking
I know.
hours.
Honestly, I mean, it is a movie that I've seen it twice, and it came out 6 years. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm just like I can like not. I don't think I have to 100% pay attention.
Well, it's very funny because it's really funny because there's a ton of stuff I forgot was in it from the beginning part of it.
Mm.
And I thought the first hour of it is like great. It just kind of goes off the rails
I remember
during,
liking the Back to the Future heist, but we'll see how I like it
yeah,
tonight. So,
it sort of goes off the rails halfway through that because it starts kind of being like there's one, they kind of pair off. There's one couple of people where it's like, I forgot to mention that this and this, like you forgot things.
mhm.
Like, you fucking, are you kidding me? You only have one chance to go back in time and you forgot to mention this thing and this thing. Like, it's just nonsense. Like, there's some stuff that just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Okay,
And then it
well,
turns into stuff flying around.
okay, we'll get into that tomorrow, I guess. But yeah, I have to take a shower before I leave. I took a walk before I got on this line, right? And it started raining. I wasn't wearing my rain shoes, and during the podcast, I was like, "Man, my feet are funky now." So
Ugh. All
yeah,
right. Well, yeah, do your thing.
yeah. Damp
I'll see you
socks, man.
tomorrow at 7. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, our
Cool.
menu is coming in, so I'll probably try and actually make the proper time for instead of being like 10 minutes later. I guess I could tell
Good.
him 10 minutes later too, but
Is this his first good list superhero movie? I think it is.
I can check on that. I feel like
I
he's
think
been for something else.
I don't think
I'm
he's
looking
done
because I feel like there's something else that I'm forgetting.
bad list. He did like bad list Captain America and then
Oh, right. He did show up for that one. Was that? I guess that was the last time. Come and oh, he was here for
yeah,
Come and See,
come and
was he?
see.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
not a superhero movie.
Nope. Even though it probably would be better with Spider-Man.
Mm. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I'm
Just
looking
have
at the review
Spider-Man
art.
just show up and be like, "Oh no, this building's on fire."
No, that's Luke's theory, right? Everything's better with Spider-Man, so.
I mean, that's definitely what I was referencing. um,
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna end this. So, ending the
all right.
recording. Recording is ending.